What if the secret to learning English and achieving anything in life is not talent, not intelligence, and not even time? What if it's just two simple things: motivation and discipline?
Hello and welcome. We are so proud to have you here. I'm Sophie.
And I'm David. It is so lovely to have you here with us today. Welcome, whether this is your first time listening or you have been with us for a while.
Before we start today's conversation, we have a small and very warm request. If you are enjoying these episodes, please subscribe to the channel right now. It is completely free and it means you will never miss a new lesson. Please like this video too. It helps other English learners find us. And we have a question for you today. We will ask it in a moment, and we really want you to answer it in the comments below. We read every single comment.
And if you know someone who is learning English, or someone who wants to feel more motivated in their life, please share this episode with them. It could genuinely help them. Right, let's begin.
Today we are talking about two of the most important things in life: motivation and discipline.
These two things can help you in every area of life. At work, at school, in your relationships, in your health, and of course, in learning a new language like English.
And today's question for the comments is this: which one do you think is more important, motivation or discipline? Answer below after you listen. We cannot wait to read your answers.
Let's start at the very beginning. Sophie, what is motivation?
Motivation is the reason why you do something. It is the feeling that makes you want to start. It is the energy and the excitement at the beginning of something new.
Think about the last time you felt really motivated. Maybe it was the start of a new year and you made a resolution. Maybe you started learning English because you wanted to travel, or get a better job, or talk to someone you love. That feeling, that energy, that excitement, that is motivation.
Motivation feels wonderful. It makes everything seem possible. When you are motivated, you wake up excited. You feel strong and ready. You believe in yourself.
But here is the problem with motivation. It does not last.
That is so true. Motivation comes and goes. One day you feel very motivated and you study for 2 hours. The next day you feel tired or busy or bored and you do nothing.
This is completely normal. Every person on earth experiences this. Even the most successful people in the world have days when they do not feel motivated at all.
So if motivation comes and goes, what keeps successful people moving forward even on the difficult days?
The answer is discipline.
Discipline is different from motivation. Discipline is not a feeling. Discipline is a decision. It is the ability to do what you need to do, even when you do not feel like doing it.
Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you want to exercise every morning. On Monday, you feel great. You are motivated. You jump out of bed, you put on your trainers, and you go for a run. It feels wonderful.
But on Thursday, it is raining. You are tired. You stayed up late the night before. You do not feel motivated at all. You want to stay in bed.
A person who only relies on motivation stays in bed on Thursday.
But a person with discipline gets up anyway. Not because they feel excited, but because they made a commitment to themselves. Because they know that the action matters more than the feeling.
And that is the key difference. Motivation says, I feel like doing this. Discipline says, I am going to do this, whether I feel like it or not.
Now, I want to be honest. Discipline sounds hard. And in the beginning, it is hard. Nobody finds it easy to do things they do not feel like doing.
But here is the good news. Discipline gets easier over time. Because when you do something regularly, every day or every week, it becomes a habit. And habits are automatic. You do not have to fight yourself to do something that is already a habit.
Think about brushing your teeth. You do not have to motivate yourself to brush your teeth every morning. You just do it. It is automatic. It is a habit.
And that is what we want to create with language learning, with exercise, with any goal in life. We want to build habits that are so regular and so automatic that we do not even have to think about them.
So, motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. And habits make it effortless.
Perfect summary, Sophie.
Thank you. Okay, Let's talk about motivation first. Because even though motivation is not enough on its own, it is still very important, especially at the beginning.
The most important thing about motivation is understanding why you want something. Your why. This is very powerful.
For example, why are you learning English? Think about it for a moment.
Maybe you want to travel and speak to people in other countries. Maybe you want to get a better job. Maybe you want to watch films without subtitles. Maybe you want to pass an exam. Maybe you want to speak to a partner's family who speaks English.
All of these are reasons. All of these are your why. And your why is what pulls you forward when things get difficult.
Here is something important. Some reasons are stronger than others. Psychologists, people who study the mind, talk about two types of motivation: external motivation and internal motivation.
External motivation means you do something because of something outside yourself. You study because your parents told you to. You exercise because you want to look good for other people. You work hard because you want to win a prize.
Internal motivation means you do something because you genuinely want it for yourself. You study because you love learning. You exercise because it makes you feel healthy and strong. You work hard because the work itself is meaningful to you.
Research shows, and this is very interesting, that internal motivation is much stronger than external motivation. When you do something for yourself because you genuinely care about it, you are more likely to continue when things get difficult.
So a very useful exercise is to ask yourself, why am I really doing this? Is it for someone else, or is it for me?
And if your reason feels a little external, maybe you started learning English because your boss told you to, try to find an internal reason as well, something that makes it personally meaningful to you.
Maybe you discover that you love the feeling of understanding something you could not understand before. Maybe you enjoy the challenge. Maybe you love the connection with people from other cultures. Find your personal reason.
Because your personal reason will stay with you, even when the external pressure disappears.
Great advice. Now, let's talk about something very practical. How do you build discipline? Because I think a lot of people hear the word discipline and feel immediately tired.
Yes, discipline sounds very serious, very strict, like eating plain rice and going to bed at 9 o'clock every night.
It does not have to be like that at all. Discipline, in its simplest form, is just doing something consistently, regularly, with a plan.
And the best way to build discipline is to start very, very small.
This is so important. People often fail at building discipline because they start too big. They say, from tomorrow, I will study English for 2 hours every single day. And after 3 days, they are exhausted and they stop.
Instead, start small, incredibly small. Make it so easy that you cannot say no.
For language learning, start with just 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes of listening or reading or practicing vocabulary. That is all.
10 minutes feels too short. You might think, that is not enough. But here is the truth. 10 minutes every day is 110 minutes every 11 days. That is almost 2 hours, without even trying hard.
And consistency, doing something regularly every day, is far more powerful than doing a lot occasionally. A little every day beats a lot once a week, every single time.
There is a very useful idea called the 2-minute rule. It says this: if a new habit takes less than 2 minutes to start, do it right now. Do not wait. Do not plan. Just start.
So when you want to study English, but you do not feel motivated, open your book. Just open it. That is 2 minutes. Pick up your phone and listen to 1 minute of English audio. Just 1 minute. Start so small that starting feels easy.
Because once you start, you usually continue. The hardest part is always the beginning. Once you have opened the book, you will usually read for 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. But if you tell yourself, I have to study for an hour, you might not start at all.
The start is everything. Make the start as easy as possible.
Another very powerful tool for building discipline is something called habit stacking. This simply means connecting a new habit to an existing habit.
For example, every morning, after I make my coffee, I listen to 10 minutes of English. After becomes the key word. After I do this thing I already do, I do my new habit.
So for language learning, after I brush my teeth in the morning, I review 5 vocabulary words. After I eat lunch, I read 1 paragraph in English. After I sit down on the bus or train, I listen to an English podcast.
You are connecting the new habit to something you already do automatically. The existing habit triggers the new habit. And gradually, the new habit becomes just as automatic.
This is how real change happens. Not through willpower, not through motivation, through systems. Through small, consistent actions that become habits.
Let's talk about something that stops a lot of people. It is called all or nothing thinking, and it is very dangerous for motivation and discipline.
All or nothing thinking sounds like this. I missed 1 day of studying, so I have already failed. I did not understand something, so I am bad at English. I made a mistake, so I'm not making progress.
This kind of thinking is very common, and it is very destructive, because no plan is perfect. No journey is straight. Everyone misses a day sometimes. Everyone makes mistakes.
The important thing is not perfection. The important thing is getting back on track quickly. Missing 1 day is normal. Missing 2 weeks because you feel guilty about missing 1 day, that is the problem.
There is a very helpful saying, never miss twice. If you miss 1 day of your habit, that is okay. Life happens. But try your best not to miss 2 days in a row. 1 missed day is an accident. 2 missed days is the start of a new habit, the wrong habit.
Never miss twice. That is such good advice. Write that down.
Now, let's talk specifically about using motivation and discipline for learning English. Because I think there are some very useful and specific strategies for language learners.
The first strategy: make your English practice enjoyable. This sounds obvious, but a lot of learners think that studying must be serious and difficult to be effective. This is not true.
If you enjoy what you are doing, you will do it more, and doing it more is the single most important thing in language learning. So, watch television programs in English that you genuinely enjoy. Listen to music in English. Read books in English on topics you find interesting.
Do not force yourself to study things you find boring just because you think they are good for you. Find the version of English practice that you actually enjoy. That enjoyment is not a luxury. It is what will keep you going for months and years.
The second strategy, track your progress. This is incredibly motivating. Keep a simple record of what you have done. A calendar where you cross off each day you practice. A notebook where you write new words you have learned. A voice recording from 6 months ago that you can listen to today.
Seeing progress is one of the most powerful motivators in existence. When you can see clearly, I have studied for 30 days in a row. I have learned 200 new words. I sound so much more confident than 6 months ago. You feel amazing. You want to continue.
And on difficult days, when you do not feel motivated, you can look at your record and remember, I have already done so much. I am not going to let that stop now.
The third strategy: find a community. Learning with other people is so much more enjoyable than learning alone. And other people hold you accountable. They notice when you are not practicing, and they encourage you to continue.
This could be a language exchange partner, a study group, an online community of English learners, or even just one friend who is also learning English. Share your goals. Share your progress. Encourage each other.
Community makes the difficult days easier, and it makes the good days even better.
The fourth strategy: celebrate small wins. This is something many people forget to do. They work hard, they make progress, and then they immediately move to the next goal without stopping to feel good about what they achieved.
But celebrating your progress, even small progress, is very important for motivation. Did you understand a whole conversation in English today? Celebrate it. Did you use a new word correctly? Celebrate it. Did you study every day this week? Celebrate it.
You do not need a big celebration, just a moment of acknowledgement, a feeling of, I did that, I am proud of myself. That feeling of pride and satisfaction is powerful fuel for the next step.
And remember, every big achievement is made of thousands of small steps. Every person who speaks English fluently today started exactly where you are now.
Let's talk about one more thing before we wrap up, and it is something that I think is really important: the relationship between motivation, discipline, and rest.
A lot of people think that discipline means pushing yourself hard all the time, never resting, never stopping, always doing more.
But that is not true. Real discipline includes rest, because your brain and your body need rest to learn, to grow, and to perform well.
If you study English for 6 hours a day for a week, you will not learn 6 times more than if you study 1 hour a day. You will actually learn less, because an exhausted brain does not absorb information well.
Rest is part of the plan. Sleep is part of the plan. Days off are part of the plan. Do not feel guilty for resting. Rest is how you prepare for the next session.
The goal is sustainable progress, progress that you can maintain for months and years, not intense effort for 2 weeks followed by complete exhaustion and giving up.
Slow and steady truly does win the race, not fast and exhausted.
Right, let's bring everything together.
Motivation is the feeling that gets you started. It comes and goes, and that is perfectly normal. Find your personal reason, your why, and connect to it regularly.
Discipline is the decision to keep going even when you do not feel motivated. Build discipline through small habits, habit stacking, and consistency.
Avoid all or nothing thinking. Miss one day, get back on track the next day. Never miss twice.
Make your practice enjoyable. Track your progress, find a community, celebrate small wins, and always remember to rest.
Today's phrase, and it fits perfectly with everything we have talked about today. To keep at it. To keep at something means to continue doing it consistently, even when it is difficult. You might say, learning English is hard sometimes, but just keep at it and you will get there. Or, she kept at it every day and eventually she became fluent.
To keep at it. Simple, powerful, British, and completely true.
Before we go, our question for the comments. Which do you think is more important, motivation or discipline? Tell us your answer and tell us why. We will read every single reply.
Please subscribe if you have not already. New episodes every week, completely free. Like the video if it helped you today, and share it with a friend or a family member who needs a little motivation right now.
From both of us, thank you so much for spending this time with us. Keep at it every single day.
See you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Goodbye, everyone.